This is the story I used to hide. Today, on July 18th, 2026, I choose to share it. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from all over the world. I am a part-time roller skater, part-time photographer. I am also known to be a friend, a brother, a leader, educator, mentor, an Arsenal supporter, but my main title is a coach. My name is Adetunji, but I go by TJ. I magically thought that at a certain age or a certain milestone in my life, the stutter would vanish. Knowing or hearing about famous people such as Steve Harvey, Ed Sheeran, Marilyn Monroe, but overcame it. So in my mind, that's happened for me too. My speech has always felt like a roller coaster. Every time I stepped on that ride, anxiety took over my body. I'm a soccer coach. I love the game of football. We call it football, but it's called soccer too. During one of my high school seasons, at the end of every sport, you usually do a banquet. I had to give a speech. It was one of the worst speeches ever. I remember going home that night crying, asking why me? Why am I chosen to have this speech mark? And one of my friends says, TJ, just relax. Why don't you take a shot of liquor? I was desperate, so I was like, what do I have to lose? So yes, I took a shot of liquor and I drank to feel the buzz, to feel whatever I had to feel, just so I can get through this presentation and this speech. But then I asked myself, is this how you want to live your life? Always having to drink or take shots just to feel relaxed or to get through conversations? On May 6, 2024, that's when everything changed. My first consultation call with Danny, I was skeptical. I thought it was crazy because if this was the real cure, why didn't I know about this sooner? I had my old habits and I went back to my old ways. About 6 months later, I became more invested. Downloaded the app, became a member, attended the group calls, the SAM meetings on Saturdays, and doing the mind training and other resources that StopStutter has to offer by our experts, PWSS. I know StopStutter works. I have witnessed it. I have seen people who I began my journey with who have evolved in their own speech fluency. My speech is far from perfect, but it is also further along than what it used to be. I don't rely on the alcohol to save me anymore. With the blessing of StopStutter, I now approach this stuttering roller coaster with belief, braveness, and boldness. This is the story I used to hide. Today, on July 18th, 2026, I choose to share it for growth, healing, and hope for those who have come before me, those who are in this process as me, and those that will come after me as well too. One of my favorite saying now, Dear Lord, make me sober in my speech. Thank you all for taking time to spend here with me. That concludes my stop stutter speech. And thank you for just taking the day to be here as well too.
Simply incredible, TJ. I think we all loved it, and I am glad that I got to hear your story.
How do you face the fearful situations now, and what are the future plans for you?
How do I face the situations now, the fearful ones? One of my newly added speech plan is now first take a deep breath, then smile, and then start slow. Because once I take that deep breath first, for me, it just kind of like calms down the nerves a little bit. And once I start to like smile first before I start talking, it allows me to avoid the first fear word for me. And then by going slow, it allows me to talk because I am a fast talker. And over the course of the years, just learning from everyone from the same calls and just personal trial and error, I had to figure out what works best for me. For me, in the future, my future plans are to continue to be an inspiration, continue to advocate for stop stutter, and tell people that this works. Back when I first joined, I was committed to it, but I was not disciplined. And if you truly want to achieve something, it's one thing to be committed, but you got to have the discipline part, and that's the action part.
TJ, where
Yeah.
have you been? Hello there.
Hello.
Hello. Oh my God. You actually have the presence of a coach when you speak. My question, TJ, to you is what would you say to anyone who's on this program a few months and it's not really working for them, but they don't have time to do their reading aloud, etc. So what would you say to them?
Yeah, first of all, Tara, lovely to see you as well too. I know that yeah, I was MIA because of my school scheduling and my sports scheduling, but obviously you were someone that I joined this program with. We were both in the calls like early on, but it's lovely to see your face
Uh,
once more. My answer to that question, that's a great question too. My advice would be to a beginner in this program is to one, find an accountability partner that you can kind of like work with. Find someone, there is hundreds of us here. Find someone that's probably in your same city, your same state, or someone that you've connected with, whether it's, and I think that we did the, oh my gosh, I think it's called the March FOF,
yeah,
Fluency of Friends Challenge. That's a
yeah,
great resource to have. Um, Finding like a partner that you can like just connect with. Just like in life, we're not meant to do anything by ourselves. You need people to help you because things will get tough. Because if you truly want to win this battle, you've got to be equipped for the fight and you have to
mm,
show up for the fight and start small, right? Like people want to lose weight, start with like 2 to 3 pounds, lose 2 pounds first, then go to 5 pounds, then 10 pounds. And once you start feeling it, you're like, oh man, okay,
yeah.
I have the superpower not to do more.
The Gaffer TJ, I just want to say your speech was like your ex-hero, Thierry Henry. It was eloquent, class, and beautiful. I just have two quick questions for you, my friend. My first is, what message would you share with with a PWS to encourage them to sign up for the program? And probably the most important question you'll get asked today, who's going to win the World Cup tomorrow, Spain or Argentina? Thank you, my friend.
Okay, I'm gonna start with the soccer question first. First of all, Danny, thank you. That call in May of 2026, sorry, 2024, changed the trajectory of my life, honestly. So thank you, and thank you to every PWSS, all the experts, Coach Lee as well too, Javier, Patricia, and everyone else. Just thank you all. Um, my country, Nigeria, did not make the World Cup. So my next favorite team was France, but they did not make it as well too. It would be nice to see Messi win back-to-back World Cup titles because he's a absolutely one of the best players. But I feel like Spain might end up coming back on top of the soccer world. So as a soccer fan, I just want to watch a great game. But whoever wins is gonna be deserving of being called a World Cup champion once again. And to answer your second question, what advice I would give a PWS to join the program? I would say that if you want to achieve change, you've gotta be the change. So back when I started this program, right, I wanted to stop stuttering and I wanted to have a better speech fluency. But if I don't do the actions or take the steps, and I think that something else that I've noticed about myself was that I used to hide the fact that I had a speech problem. I felt like it was taboo to be open about it. I felt uncomfortable when people will bring it up. I think that the more we are open to it as a collective, I think that it will inspire people who are very shy or who don't have the courage to speak up for themselves to be more open too. So I think that we that have gotten further in our speech journey, we've got to like voice stuttering more and like just how we can help other people achieve the fluency goal. Posting on Facebook, sharing on your social media, and being transparent will allow somebody else who wants to hide that part of them and actually tell them like it is possible to to achieve your two goals. Because the people I said, like Elvis, Marilyn Monroe, Ed Sheeran, people who are famous, who went through this, were open, a, were open about it. And that's what gave me the slither of hope that I too can achieve this.
TJ, first, I want to thank you for sharing your story. It was very motivational. Um, and congratulations on all that you have accomplished so far, including in your studies. That's something to be proud of. I'm sure you are a very inspirational coach for your students, and they are lucky to have you as their coach. I do have two questions for you. The first question is, what part of the program do you feel made the biggest impact in you overcoming your stuttering? The second question is, as a coach, do you feel like this journey has made you more equipped to
Mm.
teach discipline to your students?
Raquel, great questions, and thank you for your kind words. I love the pace of your speech as well too. Very clear, very good and great use of stops. Um, to answer your questions, the first questions were part of the speech resources has helped me out the most. I would say all of them, but if I was to be very delicate of which ones, I would say the group practice sessions has been one that has worked for me the most. And it's different for everyone, but with the group practice sessions, you get to interact. It is more live because for my occupation, I have to talk to people every day. So when I'm in the group practice sessions, it is more aligned with what I do for my professional life. So that's what works for me as well too. But the extra 10%, 20% is just written allowed using the crutches and the mind training. So they all play a massive role, but the biggest percentage for my personal life will be the group practice sessions. And I will advocate to join as many practice sessions and to show up, be invested. And if you're able to participate, please do it. Because that's how you get better. And just like in soccer, you are gonna win some games, you're also gonna lose some games. We gotta show up to play the game. And to answer your second questions, I believe so. I think that this journey has allowed me to kind of like slow down my pace. But I believe that everything that we go through in life prepares us for our next chapter. And when I joined Stop Stop Stutter, I was going into my first full year of coaching college soccer, which is a different beast compared to club and high school. And I know that being a part of this program, because now for the college setting, I have to give scouting with reports. I have to do one-on-one sessions with my players and so many other stuff that I didn't think I would be able to do. But because of this program, I'm able to do scouting, do reports, do team presentations, and things like that with more confidence and without the alcohol. But yeah, so it is definitely has helped me to have better discipline and to help instill that into my players and the kids that I coach.
I love when you mention in your story about the substance use because in psychology, people have a dependence to using these substances to get rid of their mental struggles and their, I guess, agonies in life.
Mm.
And that actually makes avoidance a lot more worse. When I am sure that occasionally, in spite of you doing the mind training, you do face moments of self doubt or uncertainty where the past probably comes back, where you blocked, where you stuttered. How do you deal with this?
But when I do have those flashback of those moments, because that will happen, you are very spot on, Kabir. I also try to think of the good moments too. Because the mind is a powerful tool, and just like in soccer, if I just keep allowing the bad moments to be at the top of like my mind, then I don't have room for any good things to come towards me. And so that's how I treat my speech, whether it's a good incident or a not so good incident as well too. So how I deal with those past moments is say, okay, that was one bad incident, but think about the other two great moments you had last week, or like, yesterday, or like last month, or think about that banquet speech that I did crush, or like that presentation that I aced in front of my classmates for my MBA program, or in front of my teammates. So those bad incidents will happen, but if you have one bad moment, I would say try to find 2 to 3 good moments to overpower to that one bad moment. So I always say double the amount of good moments, and that will allow you to fill your mind, fill your body, fill your spirits with more good moments, which will outweigh any bad ones that you might be trying to think of.
It's time to close our meeting. I hope that you enjoyed exchanging thoughts with ex-stutters and those fast becoming ex-stutters. I will now end with our motto. If you can say one word anywhere, anytime, you can say and love to say any word, anywhere, anytime. And until next Saturday, have a great weekend.
Unlock your voice with StopStutter.